Good evening to one and all. In today's lab session, some of the students facing the problem how we are calculating the theoretical calculations and how we are writing the code, all the things. For to give the clarification, we come with the detailed explanation of our experiment. So our experiment is voltage distribution across insulator string. In our textbook problem, they mention the line voltage as 33 kV. Okay, line voltage as 33 kV, and tower capacitance factor, that is your shunt capacitance factor to the self capacitance factor as 0.11, and number of discs as 3. These are already given data. This is already given data. So if you observe here at point A, the incoming current is I2, and the leaving current is small I1, which is the capacitance shunt capacitance current, and self capacitance current is I1. We are considering like that. So if I consider that KCL at node A, so I2 equals to I1 plus small I1. Okay, so already we know that V equals to I into Z. So here this Z value is nothing but reactive capacitance XC. Okay, reactive capacitance XC here. Okay, XC is nothing but 1 by omega C. When it is 1 by omega C, V divided by 1 by omega C, it will be V omega C. So for I2, the voltage across this capacitance, the voltage across this branch is V2. So V2 into omega C. Similarly, we are assuming that all the self capacitance values is C, and shunt capacitance values is C dash. Okay, C dash. Wherever this C dash is nothing but K into C. That's why K equal to C dash by C we are getting. Okay, so we are replacing I2 value, I1 value, and small I value. So please remember, this small I value is nothing but up to here it is V1. So V1 multiplied by the whatever the impedance is there. Okay, we are considering that one, and from this I am just calculated V2 value. So please remember this equation. Okay, please remember this equation, and from this I got the what is V2 value in terms of V1. Similar fashion at node B also I am applying the KCL. I2 capital I3 equals to capital I2 plus small I2. When coming to small I2, up to here, that means V1 plus V2. So I am writing my equation again. V3 omega C equals to V2 omega C plus V1 plus V2 omega Kc. Okay, instead of shunt capacitance I written in terms of Kc values. So please remember this equation also. So when coming to V2, V1 plus V1K, and when coming to V3, V2 plus V1 plus V2 into K. Okay, so for small clarification, if I am assuming one more disk, here, then how it will be? Entering current is I4 and the leaving current is I3 and small I3. At that condition, again capital V4 omega C and capital V3 omega C. What about this I3? It will be I1, I2 and I3. This up to here now. So this will also comes into picture up to V3. Okay, so V4 equals to V3 plus V1 plus V2 plus V3 into K. Okay, so please remember these equations. Okay, up to here we are calculating all the disk voltages in terms of V1. Okay, now I am calculating the entire voltage. So already in the given problem, whatever the capital V, whatever the total line voltage is nothing but V1 plus V2 plus V3. So I am equating V equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Okay, I am getting the capital V value in terms of V1 because already we taken this V2 and V3 in terms of V1 now. So we get the value in terms of V1. From here, this whatever the value is there, whatever this line value is there, we are converting this line value into the phase value because these capacitances, whatever these capacitances are there, we are saying line to line. Okay, line to line. So for that reason, we are converting this line voltage into phase voltage by using the formula V line divided by root 3. When I convert this 33 kV, okay, 33 divided by root 3, I got 19.05 kV. This is 19.05 kV. If I add all these things, I got 3.452. So V1 equals to, I just given this, V1 equals to 19.05 kV divided by 3.42. Then I got the V1 value. Okay, I got the V1 value. Whenever I got this V1 value from already previous data, from already previous available equations, that is V2 and V3. V2 and V3, if I multiply this one, I can get my V2, I can get my V2 and V3. Okay, simply I can get my V2 and V3. I am calculating V2 and V3 and I am finding my string efficiency. For string efficiency, phase voltage divided by number of discs multiplied by the maximum voltage. We can say that which is the voltage of the disc nearer to your conductor, for that we just come across that point also. So I am just so last disc I am assuming it as 7.4 kV. So I am just placing and multiplying this. Okay, so please observe these formulas. I am giving V2, V3 and V4. If I am observing here, for V2 it reduced by 1, for V3 also it is reduced by 1, for V4 also it is reduced by. So for common, for giving the common in, for calculating in common way, if I am assuming this as VI, to get this term in this equation, I can go with V of I minus 1. Right. Then multiplication factor. Next, the multiplication factor is for everything it is common of K. Okay, I can go with K multiplied. If I go here, it is only one term because it is only the second disc. So it is having only V1. When I go for third disc, 1 and 2 both are coming. When it is go for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 3 discs are coming. So that's why, so whatever the value you are assuming, okay, whatever the I value you are assuming, before that I minus 1, you have to add all the voltages. This gives the voltage across particular disc. Okay, if you clear about this point, the remaining things are very simple. Okay, from this, if I want to calculate the voltage of V1, okay, V1, if I want to calculate the V1, how I am calculating? Line voltage divided by, because previously I am having the line voltage, so line voltage divided by root 3 multiplied sum of all the voltages. This is sum of all the voltages. Okay, sum of all the voltages. Okay, in terms of V1. Over here the sum of voltages is sum of in terms of V1. Okay, so once I got this one, I can get V1, V2, V3. Please observe here V1, V2, V3. if you are observing these three voltages, among these three, which is the maximum one? Which is the which disk volt? I mean, the disk which is near to our conductor, the disk which is near to our conductor, that is having the maximum voltage. That's only we require here for the calculation of our string efficiency. We require here the value of the voltage of the disk which is near to our conductor. So this is the maximum. Okay, this is the maximum voltage. Okay, so we just go for our coding part. Okay, we will go for our coding part. So the initial statements clear all or close all is for clearing all the command window and whatever the workspace. Okay, whatever the workspace. So for clearing the command window and clearing the workspace, we are using those commands. If you want to perform experiment, if you want to perform this experiment or this program for any value of input voltages, for any value of disks, you can take the data from user end. Okay, you can take the data from user. Otherwise, you can directly give the value of, otherwise here I mentioned, otherwise you can directly give the value of 33 kV, because you can't mention kV here. That's why I'm returning as thousands here, and you can mention here it as 0.11, and or you can mention it as 3 if you want to directly only for one value. If you want to run this code for only one value, you can directly assign. Otherwise, you can give the input function. The basic if you go with the basic operations, input function is the function where you where it takes the input from the user. Okay, to take the input from the user. If you go with your C language, scanf is the function. Okay, whatever the statement you written in this in between these quotes, I mean these quotations, it will be displayed on your command window. Okay, so if you assign the value, it will be directly assigned. Otherwise, from the when you run this program and give the input, it will be got these values. Later before writing our code, I mean before calculating our voltages, we are just assuming an array. Please remember, this is an array. Okay, this is an array row matrix with all zeros. How many zeros we should assume? How many disks we have? Because if you are having 3 disks, you're supposed to calculate V1, V2, V3. So you have to suppose up to 3. If you are having 100, you have to calculate 1 to 100. So how many disks you are getting? Based upon that, you are supposed to frame this row matrix here. Okay. Already in our row matrix, we know that the indices, whatever the indices of matrix is nothing but V of 1, V of 2, V of 3, V of 4. It nothing but voltage across first disk, second disk, third disk. Okay. Initially, we are placing all the values as 0 in this single command. In this single command, V equals to zeros of 1 comma n we are placing. Okay. 1 represents the row and n represents how many columns. Please go through. For next calculations, for further calculations, because if you observe here, whatever the voltages, whatever the calculations are there, initially we done with V1. Okay, we take that V1 as constant and we perform we calculate V2, V3 and total voltage. From this total voltage, we calculated V1 value. So we assuming V1 as 1. You can assume any other values, there is no issue. If you assume any other values, it is necessary, it is compulsory and it is mandatory you, when you converting into an actual value, when you are converting that into an actual value, you should divide that factor. So for that, to avoid that confusion or for anything else, I just assuming V1 of 1 as 1. Okay. So I just simply getting V1 of 1 equals to 1. Later, already have the equation. Okay, already have the equation for calculating the voltages, for remaining voltages V2, V3. Okay, for calculating the remaining voltages V2, V3. So I'm just simply placing this equation. But I need to run this equation. I want to run this equation total number of disks for all the disks. So starting from second disk onwards up to the last disk, nth disk, I have to run this expression. So I will run this, okay, in for loop. I'm using for loop. Okay, only one statement I'm using for calculating the V1, V2, V3. Okay, after calculating this, we didn't convert this line voltage. Till now we didn't convert this line voltage into phase voltage. Okay, again we supposed to calculate what is the V1. So for calculating the V1, how we perform? Line voltage divided by root 3 multiplied by all the sum. Okay, multiplied by all the sum. The same thing we consider it as factor, because this is the factor I got. Okay, so for the factor, line voltage divided by root 3 multiplied by all the sum of, here please remember, here I am giving the small voltages V. Okay, whatever your 0 arrays is there, that is the value V. Okay, when I got that one, which voltage I got? V1 voltage. Okay, please remember this one. I got V1 voltage directly. When I perform this one, directly I got V1 voltage. Okay, so after calculating this factor, I am again assigning one more variable, voltages. Okay, I am assigning one more variable, voltages, where I am multiplying the factor into V. So factor is nothing but 5.52 and multiplied by V1, V of 1. Okay, so again next one. So similar fashion, if I perform this one, I got the total voltages. Okay, so this is the phase voltages. Already I said, in this we call line to line voltages, that means phase voltages. Okay, again for string efficiency, simply we just substituting. Please remember why we give this maximum, because among all the voltages, the voltage near to a conductor is maximum. That's why simply instead of finding all the things, I just give the maximum of voltages. Here please remember, here I didn't give the V, because the final voltages, whatever the final voltages, V1, V2 up to Vn, it is stored on our voltages matrix. In that maximum voltage I gave, so maximum of voltages I considered. So please go through this one again. Still, if you are having any queries, you can ask me. Okay, so please go through this one. This is the way how we are going to write our codes, all the things. Please go through it.